listening to the DeCesare Group Podcast. Welcome back. I'm your host, Jim DeCesare. My guest today is Allison Mefford, Director of the Education Foundation for Warren County Public Schools. Allison shares some exciting news about the upcoming Impact Center for Leadership and Innovation set to open in 2026 in Warren County. Designed as a state-of-the-art hub for both students and educators, the Impact Center will serve middle and high school students through a dynamic blend of traditional academics and forward-thinking career and college readiness programs. With a strong focus on industry-led pathways, the center aims to prepare students not just for graduation, but for life beyond it. Here's my conversation with Allison Mefford. Allison, welcome to the DeCesare Group Podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing great today, Jim. I'm so glad that you asked me to join you today.
I know. You may be the first spouse of a guest that we've had on the podcast.
Oh, that's great. Well, do I get a little trophy or an award?
No, you get a DeCesare Group coffee mug and tumbler to take as your parting gift.
Well, even better. I like a coffee mug. That's good.
I need to create a little medal, don't I?
Yes,
to
right.
hand people when they leave here, like because we're both runners, we could give a running medal away.
I love a medal.
There you go. So we're here to talk about a couple of things. You got the Warren County Education Foundation, which you're the director of. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And we want to talk about the new Impact Center. So let's start with the who, what, where, why, and how this Impact Center and the foundation for that part came about. Tell us everything.
Well, the foundation came about 2 years ago, roughly, as a brainchild of Superintendent Clayton and leadership that saw the writing on the wall that to make our district even better than it is, that it was going to take community effort. And we have that in place, but just giving a place for industry, business, families, friends of Warren County to have a place that they can donate and be involved with, participate. So it's a level of engagement that is already there, just formalizing that. So the foundation supports the entire district. But the exciting part is I joined as director just about 1 year ago, and the Impact Center is under construction. Yeah. So it is a natural way for people in our community and beyond to come in and see what we're getting ready to launch this time next year. The Impact Center came about through a partnership with Franklin Covey. Mm-hmm. If you're familiar with Leader in Me, if you go to any school in our district, you'll see kids leading at all levels, and that's because of Leader in Me programming through Franklin Covey. Yep.
So, and of course, a lot of people know about the 7 Habits book, yes. And that are beyond, not children.
Right. The adults, yeah. Yes, we learned it, but our children are modeling it for us right. In great ways. But the Franklin Covey organization, a lady named Muriel Summers was in town visiting as a part of Leader in Me, and through a lot of conversations with Superintendent Clayton and leadership, they said, let's take this bigger. Let's dream a little more, mm-hmm. and think about what leadership would look like if we just launched it with our older students and set them up for the very best success out in the world. And that's how the Impact Center, there's lots and lots of meetings and time that spent around the table, but that's it in a nutshell.
So, talking about the foundation real quick, and I, as a recovering politician, I know that especially when it comes to education, especially public education, that every dollar has a boundary, so to speak. And so there are things that, for instance, when you build a new school, you can't add a playground to the budget.
That is absolutely correct. You can finish that building, but you can't put the playground or landscaping and make it really look like what we think a school should look like.
Or a salad bar with wheels. It's really some of the craziest mm-hmm. It's things you wouldn't believe are true, but they are. And so is this the type of stuff that the foundation comes in and helps with? Is stuff that needs funding that, because those dollars have boundaries, you need dollars that don't have boundaries.
Yes, that is so true. Because if anyone drives around our community, you see our new buildings or renovated buildings. And so those funds come in differently and separately. What goes around the building that makes it interesting and exciting for our earliest learners, like our preschoolers that we have now, to our high schoolers, anything around those buildings is different in that funding. And so that's where the community can come in and make that happen. And also the people. Yeah. I mean, the buildings themselves are fantastic. The Impact Center is fantastic. It's state of the art. But what happens in there will be because of the people that are leading, using that technology or those resources that are in that building.
So on getting back to the Impact Center, why is this? I know you've talked a little bit that it's Franklin Covey inspired to some extent, but why is this needed?
Because our students we're missing them in a lot of traditional high school settings. I like to say we miss genius every day. There's a lot of students that you could think back to your own high school experience of, sitting in class and memorizing and taking notes on actual pen and paper. That works for some students still, but there's a whole generation that doesn't work for. So they enter the workforce or they enter college, and they're not prepared.
Oh, I know that. I teach freshmen in the fall. I know that.
we see that over and over. And so a part of the Impact Center, too, a big initiative last fall that started in the fall and went through the first part of 2025, was meeting with business sector. And we met with engineering folks. We met with medical folks. We met with a lot of industries in our community and said, what are you seeing that's not working, and what would you like to see with students that come out and enter in jobs that you have available? Yeah. And we really listened. But this school is to be for the different student that needs a hands-on learning environment, that needs to not be seated all day, that needs to go out on the job site and practice running a machine and drafting plans in the engineering academy.
Maybe drawing up an estimate, right?
That's right.
So, it's not all outdoor. I mean, there's some in-class learning too.
Absolutely. They will have their core subjects there within the building, but it will be mingled within the chosen field that they're interested in.
You talked about how some students aren't prepared for college, and this is not a dig on K through 12, because I know they have so many mandates they have to live under and so many requirements of things they have to teach from kindergarten to 12th grade. And so some things are going to get left off to the side.
That's right.
My biggest complaint is that in high school, kids are not taught how to use PCs.
Yes.
They use Chromebooks. And nobody in the real world's using those.
No.
And they don't know how to use Microsoft Office. And when you get into a university setting, everything's done through Microsoft Office. I mean,
yes. I feel like you were listening in on some of those sector meetings, because that was a top overwhelming statement across many sectors, is that they come in used to, Google and Chromebooks, and that's all they know.
Yeah, they know Google Docs.
Google Docs, right. And so to really broaden their horizons and their capabilities, to put a lot more in technology in front of them. Yeah. So, yes, it's
that's good to hear. That's a relief, because I spend my first 2 classes, I have to show them how to put an email together, how to put an attachment on it, and kids are the most tech savvy in the world, but they're tech savvy at what they use every day.
Right. What they've been exposed to. So it's to broaden that. Yeah. And they're ready for it.
Yeah.
They want to have all those resources, and so the Impact Center will be a way to diversify these students' experience. And then also I mentioned the Franklin Covey component. I mean, the title of the school is the Impact Center for Leadership and Innovation. So leadership will be a big part of it, with curriculum from Franklin Covey, so that not only when you work with students on drafting email, they're going to have some of those leadership skills layers of that to help them with communication and writing emails, and then actual
the soft skills that are
soft
needed.
skills and actual face-to-face conversation. Imagine that, right?
What? You mean I can't text you? Yeah, and again, those are all the things I cover in my freshman course, is that, you got to look people eyeball to eyeball and have adult conversations. That's how the real world works.
That's right.
And, someone is not going to give you a contract if you're a tradesman, to, put new plumbing in their home, or if you're doing business development. They want to talk to you first before they spend that money and sign that contract. And they aren't going to do it over text.
No.
And, learning how to say hello to people.
Right.
Simple things.
Right.
And it's a shame that we have to talk about that now, but we're in a different era now, where you can't, even though you're the most connected, we're the most connected we've ever been in history of mankind. We're also the most disconnected.
Yes.
From a personal standpoint.
Right, because everything can be a text or a message.
Yeah. So
yes.
And communication is the main one. So talk about the collaboration part of this, because you've mentioned some industries and whatnot. So how does that work? How does this collaboration with people outside of education become a part of the Impact Center?
Well, we welcome our community to be engaged. Our medical community is been instrumental in establishing, the job, the needs today, and predicting what jobs they'll need, 2 years down the path, 5 years down the path, and helping us set up pathways for our students. And the hope is that our students that come through the Impact Center and declare they want to be in the medical academy, if they want to pursue nursing, they can do that at a much faster rate. They can graduate from high school and have a nursing degree perhaps in as soon as a year.
Okay.
With partnerships with Sky CTC and WKU, and the Bowling Green Chamber has been just lockstep with us in making sure we have our industry partners lined up.
And of course, the Chamber's done a great job with their SCK launch program,
yes,
which covers probably those 7 or 8 sectors that you're talking about, whether it's healthcare, whether it's the trades, whether it's manufacturing, logistics, professional services. All those fall into that the category of needed workforce for the future.
Right. We want to open our students' eyes to what's available, and then let them dream bigger. See what's available and what excites them and what their passion is, and then set them off on that course.
I don't know how long SCK launch has been going on. I'm going to say 10, 12 years. I may be off a little bit. And that program was designed to expose children to the different career paths. But this is letting them pursue those different career paths.
That's right. It's immersing them in that. So the school is set to open in August of 2026. So that's not that far away. And
but it's making good progress.
It is making great progress. If you drive down I-65, you cannot miss it.
Former location of Cumberland
Trace, right? And I do have to disappoint people from time to time and tell them, no, that's not where the Publix is going, or the new Costco. It is the Impact Center, which is, in my opinion, a lot more exciting. But
well, it is exciting. The Publix is going out by my house. But and I've seen a lot of people asking about what are they building on I-65? It's the Impact Center. So talk a little bit about the curriculum. I mean, you've hit on it some, but how's this all work?
Well, as I mentioned, opening in August of 2026, it will be open to 7th through 10th graders in its first year, and add a new class each year.
Okay. So the 10th graders can.
They will finish there. 11th and 12th graders are juniors. They will be considered part-time students, and that is largely in part to most of them are so far along in whatever coursework diploma that they are pursuing at their own school already. Mm-hmm. But they will have the ability to enter into one of the 5 academies and do some part-time work.
Okay.
To complete, if it's medical, to complete some type of coursework within medical. The goal is also by the time you're a junior and senior that you're doing some of your day outside of the campus, maybe in an internship, a co-op, or lots of dual credit courses that we're partnering with colleges with that they can pursue. So it's going to feel like a college campus. It's a very, within that building, it's open. There's a courtyard. There's places for students to have working lunches and just a lot of interaction. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty amazing. Let's see, 7th and 8th grade will be exploratory years. Mm-hmm. They'll be doing their basic subjects that they would get at any Warren County school, but they will also get to explore the 5 academies. Okay. And in 9th grade, they declare which academy that they want to pursue.
I got you. So what are the 5 academies?
And the 5 academies, and they are based on conversations with workforce here in our county, Warren County, of what we see are the needs that are current and rising. There's flight and aeronautics is one.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I
want to sign up for that.
Do you want to sign up to be the first group that the students take up an airplane and pilot?
Yeah, somebody's got to be that person.
That's right. That list is a little shorter than.
Yeah,
but we'll put you on. Game. We'll put you on that
Bring
one.
my own parachute.
Biomedical, which is all things medical, and these students, they are going to have. There's top of the state of the art technology throughout the building, but the medical, it'll knock your socks off. They are going to be able to. Have the real life experience with the mannequins that can bleed and simulate all
just
things.
Like they have medical school,
right? They will have access to that. So aeronautics, biomedical, design, enterprise, visionary arts, which is all things media. There's a podcast room in.
All right,
the Impact Center. They are going to practice podcasting and reporting, and that actually in that academy, it's pretty neat. They're going to put on their own news shows. They're going to cover all of our school events, and have that access. The 4th is robotics and advanced systems. That's more engineering, and then we have AI and cyber systems. Okay. So. The things that they're going to get to do with AI will blow us all away.
I can only imagine.
That's right.
That is, and so when the 7th and 8th graders attend, they're exploring these 5 sectors. They'll declare their 9th grade year, their freshman year, and then they'll spend the remaining 4 years in that sector.
Yes.
Working towards a career in that sector.
Yep, you got it.
That's awesome.
But. We are going to, but there's more. That's right. Yeah, that's right. There's going to be cross sections of work. Okay. So if you say, I wanted medical, somewhere during your time at the Impact Center, you will have projects where you'll be matched with the other academies. Yeah. Because we want our students to know that we don't work in silos.
That's right.
That medical has to talk to engineering, and engineering's got to talk to aeronautics, and there's a lot of interplay. And I think that's a really exciting component of it, that our students are going to learn to see those connections. Yeah.
So that crossover between different career fields, because you can be on a podcast, but you still need an IT guy to help set up your computers.
That's right. So that's right. Yep.
Those are the things that they'll be able to do there, and that's fantastic. All right. Talk about the application process. How does someone get to go to the Impact Center?
It is open right now for our current Warren County students. It has been open for a couple months, and I believe it closes the first part of November. Those students will be selected and notified in December. Okay. It is 70% lottery, 30% merit. And there was a lot of, every decision is purposeful. Mm-hmm. And the purpose behind that was, as they talked to students, a lot of students said, we want to be able to show what we've done, our grades, a recommendation from a teacher. That matters to us to be able to compete on our merit. So we wanted to keep that part of it. but we also want to open it up to every single student that has interest to attend, because it is not a center just for gifted students.
Right.
It is not a school just for your students that have straight A's, or that the teachers all would write a glowing recommendation.
Right.
Because we know there's a lot of students across our schools that may not rise to their fullest potential because it's not their interest yet.
Yeah.
So we want to reach those students and create just excellent community members that are going to be engaged and contribute. So
well, and I think there, that lead. You may have some straight A students that really aren't interested in the hands-on stuff.
That's right.
They're bookworms, and there are a lot of smart people that may not do well. They may be B and C students that are better doing rather than reading and
writing, researching,
assignments
right,
and stuff.
Right.
Learning by doing, I guess, is the best way to say it.
Yes, it's project-based learning
Yeah.
is really at the crux of this, and so that is the 70% is a lottery across our schools.
And so, if you're in 6th grade right now, now's the time to
That's right.
sign
That's
up.
right. Yes. Dr. Cody Rich, he's the principal for the Impact Center, and he has visited every school in our district, maybe multiple times, to make sure that parents, families, everyone has that information if they want to attend.
So, but basically, any student that's in 6th through 9th grade, you will be able to finish out your whole career at the Impact Center.
That's right.
If you're in 10th grade right now, you can participate
Yes.
at a different level.
Right, kind of a part-time student, yes.
Right. I'm doing this math in my head, so you
Yes.
can see my wheels turning here. How many students will be able to attend the Impact Center?
I've heard some different ranges, but all said and done, I believe it's 1,500.
Nice.
Yes, so it's a
big-
good sized campus. There is some possibility for expansion, but yes, it is going to be a great.
1,500's a lot of students.
It is a lot of people,
I mean,
right?
that will be the largest public school in Kentucky. It has to be.
Did I say what? No, you know what? Did I say 15,000?
1,500.
1,500. No, that
You don't think so?
That's no, because
It's going to be one of the largest.
Greenwood's pretty close to that.
Okay.
So
They have 1,500 students.
okay,
at Greenwood?
I was checking myself. I was like,
Yeah.
wait a second. No, yep.
Okay. But still, that's
It's a lot of
It's
people.
a high school campus.
It's a lot of people to put in one place.
That's bigger than some small universities.
Right. Yes. Agree.
That's awesome. Now, what about faculty? How many faculty members?
I am not as dialed in on that piece of the major puzzle. Dr. Cody Rich is.
There's gonna be a lot of them.
It is. He is hiring, but I have full confidence that who is going to be drawn to work there is going to have a passion for kids and is going to do an excellent job with this next generation.
That is such an awesome opportunity for so many of our young people here in Warren County.
It is. And so through the partnership with Franklin Covey, pretty amazing, they already have visitors from as far as Australia, Japan, that want to come see what we're creating here.
Yeah.
They say when it's open, we'll come. It's like the Field of Dreams. When you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
They will come. And so I think the ripple effect with our community is going to be huge, and we don't even realize it.
Is this sort of is this a model program, or are there others like it around the country or around
There's
the world?
variations of it.
Okay.
Like I mentioned, Dr. Rich and a team of Warren County leadership traveled California, Texas, Northeast, all over to see what's out there. And there's nothing that's quite like this. There's a lot of schools that have an aeronautics program. There's a lot of schools that may have this kind of medical immersion.
Yeah.
But not a school that takes all of these plus the leadership component with Franklin Covey and puts it all together with the community support.
Yeah.
So it doesn't exist, and that's why I think people are going to come to see what we're doing, and then that's going to affect Bowling Green and Warren County.
Yeah,
because they may come here and then they may want to move here.
Yeah, no kidding.
It happens.
It happens, and as you know, I mean, between now and 2050, we're going to grow another 60, 70,000 people.
Right.
So, and we need those babies that come along with those people to be able to go into our workforce and handle all the jobs that we have available here, because you know, we aren't talking about this, but there is a high demand for workforce at any given time in South Central Kentucky. There's 6,000 to 7,000, 8,000 jobs available, open, that
right.
are unfulfilled, and we need people for those jobs.
Right. Right.
So it's a great opportunity, and I think this, you know, another great example of how, especially here in Warren County in South Central Kentucky, that thinking outside the box education is coming into play. I mean, you go back to WKU and the Gatton Academy.
Yes, big fans of the Gatton Academy.
But you know, we were first.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
Talking about the energy efficient schools that are being built here, the smart schools. Warren County and Bowling Green too, first in the country to do those things. Having the Franklin Covey program in all the schools in Warren County and Bowling Green, first in the country.
Right.
The Impact Center, I'm going to say first in the country.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, absolutely.
So,
and now leading the way with our preschool. Warren County opened a preschool. We've had preschool in many of our elementary schools, but to have its own campus for our earliest learners, very, very few districts in our state are doing that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's visionary for our community to have leaders in our schools that because it makes a difference for people that do want to locate here, businesses that want to locate here, that you've got top public schools.
Yeah. Well, I know
it's
as someone, and I do this pretty much on a daily basis, recruiting industry to this region. One of the first questions I always get asked is, what are your school systems like? Well, they're some of the best in the country and some of the most forward-thinking in the country. So we've got that going for us.
Yeah, right.
So.
But not to rest on those laurels. And I think that's where the foundation, the idea for that was hatched.
Yeah.
That to continue to be, I mean, we have a separator in Warren County in Bowling Green, that we have excellent public schools. That is not the case for so many cities around the country. So to maintain that separator, it's going to take diligence.
Yeah. And the foundation, of course, has a role that not many school systems have. I mean, it's not anything new, but not many school districts have a foundation where they can go out and do these outside the box things.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
So if you want to give Allison some money, we're gonna put a link in the show notes where people can check out Warren County schools and all the good things that are going on.
I appreciate that.
Anything that I didn't ask that you want to add?
We covered a lot. We did cover a lot. Just that the Impact Center is it will open next year, and we are so excited that we're going to have that in our community. But one thing I failed to mention was that the curriculum that is available at the Impact Center is also going to be available at all of our high schools.
Okay.
And there's a really strong incentive to make sure that all of our schools stay strong.
Yeah.
We don't ever want to be in the position where we have the best school here and not as great a school over here.
Right.
We want the best across all of the district. That's hard. That's 19,000 students across Warren County's district. But there's a belief that we've got to do it for every kid.
Yeah.
So the Franklin Covey leadership curriculum, it's going to be taught in all of our high schools.
How many schools are under construction right now? 4? 3, 4?
You're asking. That's a question for
new Warren
Chris
Elementary.
McIntyre. Warren Elementary is done.
Okay.
It was completed this past August.
All right. Well, that's
so
close.
Impact Center We have
It's
Summit.
Dillard. Summit.
Summit View, which is, yes, over here off Dillard Road.
What about North Warren? Something going on up there yet?
Not yet,
Okay,
but
it's coming.
in the works. Greenwood High School just had a major renovation.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But it seems like they're building a new elementary school about every other year.
Well, because every year we have a population increase that warrants building new schools.
Yeah.
So it's a good problem.
It is.
We keep filling them up.
All right. Well, good deal. Well, Allison, thanks for being on the DeCesare Group Podcast.
Thanks, Jim.
Thanks again to Allison Mefford, Director of the Education Foundation for Warren County Public Schools, for joining us this week on the DeCesare Group Podcast. And thank you for checking us out. Hey, if you like what you hear, please share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave us a review and share your feedback with us as well. You can also follow the DeCesare Group Podcast across all of our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube. And subscribe to our weekly newsletter, SOKI, Economic Development and Business News, by going to our website, thedecesaregroup.com. It'll hit your mailbox every Monday morning. The DeCesare Group Podcast is produced by the DeCesare Group, a public relations and consulting firm based in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Our engineer who is making an impact on this episode is Justin DeCesare, with content contributions from Brooke Mattingly. The DeCesare Group Podcast is researched by Amy DeCesare. I'm Jim DeCesare, inviting you to join us again next time for the DeCesare Group Podcast.